Welcome. This video will explain to you the different features in the Washington Student Achievement Council's FAFSA completion portal. This is how you get to the portal. You can go to the WSAC homepage, which is wsac.wa.gov, and click on this link right here that says the portal Financial Aid Administration. Once you click on that link, it will bring you to this screen. If you click on this link, you will be brought to the public part of the portal. The public part of the portal has publicly available aggregate data on FAFSA completion in Washington State. The data in the portal is taken from enrollment records from OSPI and FAFSA completion data from the Department of Education. Only seniors whose OSPI expected graduation year is the current academic year will appear in the data portal. As you can see, this tab, the Overview tab, provides statewide FAFSA completion numbers. For more advanced data tools that will allow you to compare districts and compare FAFSA years, please follow this link at the top to access our more in-depth Tableau dashboard. There's also a School List tab and a District Graphs tab. Please note that because this data is public, but it is sensitive student data, smaller numbers are suppressed. Values of less than 10 are suppressed and will display as less than 10. The percentage for suppressed numbers won't display at all. On the public dashboard, these are the definitions of the different statuses. Submitted means that the student's FAFSA was submitted to the U.S. Department of Education. Processed means that the student's FAFSA was processed with no errors. Anyone can access this aggregate data, so it can be a good link to share to people who work outside of the school that want to know the FAFSA completion status of different schools or districts or statewide. If you work at a school or at the school district, you can access student-level data by signing a data sharing agreement with the Washington Student Achievement Council. Districts must have a signed data sharing agreement and non-disclosure agreements for every user to access student-specific data. The data sharing agreements are signed at the district level. If you're interested in getting access to student-level data and getting your employees logins to the portal, please email us at fafsa@wsac.wa.gov to request access. We will then send you instructions and the appropriate paperwork. So once you do have a username to get into the portal and view student-level FAFSA completion data, you'll want to go back to the login screen. And you can log in right up here by putting in your school email address and then your password, which you'll have after you complete the setup process. If you've forgotten your password, you can use this Forgot It link to reset it. If you don't have access yet and want to request access, you can use one of these links down here, this one in particular for the FAFSA completion portal, to get in touch with WSAC and ask for access to the portal. Once you log in, you will click on Programs in the top left, and then you'll click on FAFSA completion. You'll use the tabs at the top to navigate the FAFSA portal. This first tab, the Home tab, contains tables and graphs showing FAFSA completion data for your school and district. The data is unsuppressed. This tab will show your user information, which is the information that we have about you that we use to create your account. The Students tab can be used to view your individual students' FAFSA completion statuses. And this last tab, the Resources tab, contains other FAFSA completion resources that might be helpful. Once you're on the Students tab, this is what you'll see. This screenshot has SSIDs, last names, first names, and birth dates all removed because we can't show that in this demonstration, but when you pull up your student list, these fields will be filled in. Once you're on this screen, you can use these different search criteria to narrow your search for your students. If you have access to more than one school or more than one district, you can use this drop-down to pick which school or district you'd like to search, and you can use this drop-down to change the class that you're searching for. If you're looking for a particular student, you can use one of these 4 boxes or all of them together or 2 of them, any combination to find the student that you're looking for. If you're looking for students with a particular status, you would use these checkboxes down here to narrow your list. If you have no conditions set and you click the search, then you'll see your entire student list. Once you have your list narrowed, or if you're viewing your whole list, you can use the Export button to export what you see into an Excel spreadsheet. You can use this blue link to the far right for each student to view the details of their record and their match status. When viewing your student list, you may see any one of 4 different FAFSA completion statuses for a student. As we discussed before, processed means that the student's FAFSA was processed with no errors. If it says has errors, then the student did submit a FAFSA, but has errors other than only missing a signature. The student should log back into their FAFSA to investigate. Missing signature means that the student submitted a FAFSA, but it wasn't able to be processed because either the student or parent, or both of them, didn't sign. To fix this, the student should log back into their FAFSA and confirm that they and their parent signed correctly using their federal student aid ID. If it says unmatched, then likely the student has not submitted a FAFSA. It's possible, though much less common, that the student's OSPI record and their FAFSA data did not match. If you think that this is the case, then you can get in touch with WSAC staff at FAFSA@wsac.wa.gov and we'll help you troubleshoot. Once you click on the View Details link to the far right on your My Students list, it'll bring you to a screen that looks a lot like this. This is the View Details screen for an unmatched record. Under FAFSA details, it'll explain that we couldn't find a strong enough matching FAFSA record. Once you're on the View Details screen, if you want to get back to your student list and the search that you just did, you can click this link, Return to Student Search. This is a match for a record that has errors, but the important thing that I want to draw your attention to on this particular example is that there's this button down here that says Report False Match. It asks you, is this the wrong FAFSA application for this student? Please know that if you see this, it doesn't mean that we think that it is the wrong FAFSA application for the student, nor are we suggesting that it is. In most cases, it won't be. We're simply giving you an opportunity, should the match be wrong, to correct it. Here's the details screen for an unmatched record again. However, in this instance, the FAFSA matcher thinks that it may have found a match, but it's just not sure. If you see this blue button, click it and it will bring you to a screen where you can review the possible match. You can then confirm or deny the match based on whether you think that it is or isn't the FAFSA for the student represented over here. This is what the Resources tab looks like. This link links to a document that goes back over some of the important points in this presentation. This link will take you to information about the WSFA. You can also start a new WSFA application on this page. If you have any questions about this video, or about the portal as you're using it, or about any of the matches that you see or don't, please send the portal questions or problems via email to fafsa@wsac.wa.gov. Thanks for watching.